The whisper of the alarm cuts through the pre-dawn stillness, a mundane tremor in the vast, echoing chamber of unfulfilled potential. For too many, it's not the sound of opportunity, but the clang of a cage door, signaling another day within the familiar confines of the ordinary. They rise, not with purpose blazing in their eyes, but with the quiet resignation of the unchallenged. They move through the rituals of coffee and commute, caught in the relentless current of just enough. They work, they wait, they wonder. They observe the extraordinary successes unfolding around them, the audacious leaps, the towering fortunes. The lives lived on an entirely different scale, and a silent question often flickers in their minds, a fleeting spark quickly extinguished by the relentless tide of routine: why not me? This isn't a condemnation, it's an intervention. A harsh truth delivered with the force of an oncoming tide, because the time for gentle whispers has passed. The comfortable blanket of average has become a suffocating shroud, obscuring the vast, untamed landscape of what you are truly capable of. You are not average by birthright. You are not average by destiny. You are average by decision. A decision, perhaps unconscious, perhaps made in 1,000 tiny surrenders, to accept the familiar over the magnificent, the comfortable over the challenging. The path of least resistance over the ascent to greatness. Look around. The world is not defined by scarcity, but by abundance. Opportunities don't wait for the meek, they are seized by the bold. Fortunes are not inherited by chance, they are forged by an intensity of purpose so profound it becomes magnetic. And yet, so many remain trapped, not by external chains, but by the invisible, self-imposed shackles of a mind unawakened, a desire unignited, a belief uncultivated. This is not about blame, it's about diagnosis. And more importantly, it's about the surgical precision required to excise the root cause of mediocrity and unleash the titan dormant within. Consider the giants of industry, the titans of innovation, the architects of modern civilization. Did Henry Ford merely wish for a car for the masses? Did he politely hope for an assembly line that would revolutionize production? No. He possessed a burning desire, an almost maniacal obsession, born from a definite, tangible purpose. He saw, in his mind's eye, a future where every family could afford an automobile, and that vision ignited a fire so fierce it melted the resistance of conventional thinking, shattered the limitations of existing technology, and pulverized the doubts of every skeptic. His desire was not a fleeting impulse, it was a white-hot crucible in which an empire was forged. Before the electric light illuminated cities and transformed the very rhythm of human existence, Thomas Edison wasn't dabbling in inventions. He was consumed by an insatiable desire to conquer the darkness. Thousands of failed experiments weren't setbacks, they were simply discarded paths, each one bringing him closer to the single, correct solution. His famous quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," is not a testament to endless patience, but to an unyielding, unshakable desire that transcended the concept of failure. For him, failure was merely feedback, a necessary component of the equation, never a reason to abandon the ultimate objective. His desire was the engine of his tireless persistence. And then there's Walt Disney, facing bankruptcy, rejection, and ridicule for his whimsical visions. Did he surrender to the cynicism? Did he accept the reality dictated by critics? Never. His desire was to bring joy, wonder, and imagination to the world, to create a magical realm where dreams could come to life. That desire fueled him through countless struggles, inspired his artists, and ultimately birthed an empire of enchantment that continues to captivate billions. He didn't just want to entertain, he had to. His desire was a non-negotiable imperative. These weren't ordinary men. They were ordinary men who tapped into an extraordinary power, the power of a definite major purpose, fused with a burning desire. This isn't some abstract philosophical concept, it's the primal force that separates the dreamers from the doers, the wishing wells from the gushing springs of manifestation. It's the absolute certainty of what you want, imbued with such emotional intensity that it becomes an unyielding command to your subconscious, and by extension, to the universe itself. Most people fail here. They lack a definite major purpose. Their desires are vague, scattered, or fleeting. They want more money, a better job, happiness. But more is immeasurable. Better is undefined. Happiness is subjective. The universe, in its infinite precision, cannot deliver a vague request. It requires a blueprint, a specific command, a GPS coordinate. Without a clear, precise definite major purpose, your efforts are like scattering seeds on barren ground. Without fertile intention, nothing substantial can grow. This definite major purpose must be specific, quantified, and attached to a deadline. It must be something you can vividly visualize, something you can feel in your bones, something that ignites a fire in your belly. It's not enough to say, I want to be a millionaire. It must be, I will possess $1 million in spendable currency by which I will accumulate in various sums from time to time during the interim. In return for this money, I will render the most efficient service of which I am capable. In the capacity of. This level of specificity is non-negotiable. It transforms a wish into a goal, a dream into a declaration, and a desire into an equation. Once this definite major purpose is crystallized, etched into the very core of your being, it must be matched by an unwavering, unshakable belief. This is where faith transcends the theological and becomes a practical force. It's the absolute conviction that you will achieve your purpose, regardless of current circumstances, apparent obstacles, or the opinions of others. It's the deep, inner knowing that your goal is not just possible, but inevitable. Many will tell you that belief is naive, illogical, or irrational. They will point to your past failures, your current limitations, your lack of resources. They will try to pull you back into the gravitational field of average. But remember, the giants of history did not achieve greatness by listening to the chorus of doubt. Abraham Lincoln, facing countless political defeats, personal tragedies, and the monumental task of uniting a fractured nation, persevered not through blind luck, but through an indomitable belief in his mission. His conviction was so profound, so unyielding, that it literally forged the path to the presidency and preserved the Union. His belief was a shield against the arrows of despair. This belief is not given, it is cultivated. It is built through conscious, deliberate action, primarily through the principle of autosuggestion. Your subconscious mind is a fertile garden, and it does not discriminate between positive and negative seeds. Whatever thoughts you consistently impress upon it, with emotion and repetition, it will diligently work to bring into your reality. If you constantly feed it doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs, it will manifest circumstances that confirm those very fears. But if you consistently, with fervent emotion, impress upon it your definite major purpose, your unwavering belief in its achievement, and the vivid image of your success, your subconscious mind will become your most powerful ally. This means more than just repeating empty affirmations. It means visualizing your desired outcome with such intensity that you can feel the emotions of its accomplishment now. See the details, hear the sounds, experience the sensations. Speak your purpose into existence daily, with conviction, especially upon waking and just before sleep, when your subconscious mind is most receptive. This constant, Emotional programming literally rewires your neural pathways, dismantles self-imposed limitations, and aligns your entire being with your ultimate objective. It's the difference between merely wanting something and becoming an embodiment of its inevitable arrival. But desire and belief, no matter how potent, are inert without a clear, detailed, and organized plan of action. This is where the abstract dream solidifies into a tangible blueprint. Wishing won't build a skyscraper. Meticulous architectural drawings, engineering specifications, and a precise construction schedule will. Your life's grand project deserves the same level of architectural precision. Most people spend more time planning a vacation than they do planning their entire life's direction. They stumble through days, reacting to circumstances, rather than proactively creating them. An organized plan means breaking down your definite major purpose into smaller, manageable, actionable steps. What are the milestones? What are the daily, weekly, monthly tasks that must be accomplished? What resources do you need? What skills must you acquire? What obstacles are likely to arise, and what is your contingency for them? This plan must be written down, meticulously detailed, and reviewed constantly. It's your personal GPS, guiding you through the inevitable detours and challenges. Without it, your desire becomes a mere fantasy, your belief an unanchored hope. The plan is the bridge between intention and manifestation. It forces you to think through the practical realities, to confront potential roadblocks, and to systematically chart your course. It transforms your grand vision into a series of achievable steps, building momentum with each completed task. And as you embark on this meticulously planned journey, you will inevitably encounter the crucible of persistence. This is the non-negotiable quality that separates the truly successful from the perpetually average. The path to any significant achievement is rarely a straight line. It is filled with setbacks, rejections, criticisms, and moments of profound doubt. This is precisely when persistence becomes the ultimate differentiator. Colonel Sanders, the iconic founder of KFC, faced over 1,000 rejections before finding a single yes for his fried chicken recipe. Imagine the psychological toll, the temptation to quit, to succumb to the rational advice of friends and family to simply retire. Yet, his desire to share his unique flavor, his belief in its appeal, and his clear plan to franchise, fueled an indomitable persistence. He didn't just keep going, he kept going with an almost insane level of conviction, until he broke through. Many possess initial desire, cultivate some belief, and even draft a decent plan. But when faced with the first major obstacle, the first no, the first significant setback, they falter. They interpret adversity as a sign to quit, rather than a test of their commitment. They retreat into the comfort zone of average, rationalizing their surrender with eloquent excuses. But for those who achieve greatness, an obstacle is not a wall, it's a hurdle. A rejection is not a verdict, it's an invitation to refine their approach. A setback is not a defeat, it's a lesson learned, a redirection. Persistence is the unwavering commitment to continue despite all odds, to learn from every mistake, to adapt your strategy, and to never, ever give up on your definite major purpose. It's the refusal to be defined by your circumstances, but rather to define your circumstances through the sheer force of your will. It's the unyielding spirit that looks at 1,000 closed doors and still believes the next one will open. This isn't about stubbornness, it's about intelligent persistence, fueled by adaptability and continuous learning. The world is in constant motion. What worked yesterday may not work today. To merely persist without learning is to beat your head against a brick wall. True persistence is the relentless pursuit of your goal, coupled with the wisdom to adjust your methods when necessary, to acquire new knowledge, and to innovate. Think of how industries transform, from the horse and buggy to the automobile, from the telegraph to the internet. Those who resisted change, who refused to learn and adapt, vanished. Those who embraced innovation, who were perpetual students of their craft and their market, not only survived but thrived. This is why continuous learning is the critical partner to persistence. It ensures that your efforts are not blind, but informed, strategic, and constantly evolving. Every action is an experiment, every outcome a data point, every mistake an invaluable lesson. Embrace feedback, both positive and negative, as invaluable information. This allows you to constantly refine your strategies, eliminate what doesn't work, and amplify what does. This commitment to continuous learning builds resilience, the capacity to bounce back stronger from every challenge, every blow. Life will inevitably throw curveballs. You will face unexpected failures, criticisms, betrayals, and moments of profound despair. The average person crumples under this pressure, seeing it as proof of their inadequacy. The successful person, however, sees it as training, as a forging process, as the very fire that tempers their resolve and strengthens their character. Resilience isn't the absence of pain or fear, it's the willingness to feel it, to learn from it, and to push through it anyway. It's the understanding that growth happens outside your comfort zone, and that every challenge overcome makes you more capable, more confident, and more unstoppable. It's the deep-seated knowledge that within every adversity lies the seed of an equivalent or greater opportunity. This perspective shifts your entire approach to challenges, transforming them from roadblocks into stepping stones. But even with the most powerful desire, unwavering belief, meticulous planning, relentless persistence, and profound resilience, the journey to extraordinary achievement is rarely a solitary one. This brings us to the often underestimated, yet profoundly powerful, principle of the Mastermind Alliance. Napoleon Hill emphasized this concept as paramount, recognizing that no significant achievement is truly solitary. Every towering success, every transformative innovation, every monumental fortune, has been the result of collaboration, of individuals pooling their knowledge, skills, and energies towards a common objective. A mastermind alliance is not just any group of people, it's a harmonious coordination of two or more individuals who unite for the attainment of a definite purpose. The synergy created within such an alliance is exponential. When minds align, when diverse perspectives converge on a single problem, when complementary skills are brought to bear, the collective intelligence far surpasses the sum of individual intelligences. It's like connecting multiple batteries in series, multiplying the power output. Think of the legendary collaboration between Henry Ford and his top engineers and production managers, or the creative synergy between Walt Disney and his animators, storytellers, and imaginers. These weren't just teams, they were mastermind alliances, individuals with shared desire and definite major purpose, mutually supporting, challenging, and inspiring one another. Each brought a unique brilliance to the table, and together, they achieved what none could have accomplished alone. Building your mastermind alliance requires careful thought. Who possesses the knowledge, skills, or connections that complement your own? Who shares your vision, your ethics, your relentless drive? Who can offer constructive criticism without undermining your spirit? Who will hold you accountable, celebrate your wins, and support you through your inevitable challenges? It's about surrounding yourself with individuals who elevate your thinking, expand your possibilities, and actively contribute to your success. This collective energy acts as a powerful amplifier for your individual desire. This alliance isn't just about external resources. It's also about the intangible benefits, the shared energy, the intellectual cross-pollination, the collective problem-solving, and the powerful sense of mutual accountability. When you know others are counting on you, when you are part of something larger than yourself, your commitment deepens, your persistence strengthens, and your belief becomes unshakable. This is the difference between struggling alone and harnessing the power of exponential synergy. Yet, even with this potent combination, one crucial element remains: decision. Not just any decision, but a firm, unwavering, and irrevocable decision to pursue your definite major purpose with unyielding resolve. This is the moment you burn the bridges, sever the escape routes, and commit completely to your path. It's the point of no return, where retreat is no longer an option. Most people waffle. They hover on the precipice of commitment, constantly weighing options, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. This indecision is a silent killer of dreams. It drains energy, breeds doubt, and keeps you tethered to the shore of potential, never daring to set sail into the vast ocean of opportunity. Think of Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon. It was a definitive, irrevocable decision that set the course for his destiny and changed the history of Rome. There was no turning back. That kind of profound commitment, born of a decisive moment, unleashes an immense, often latent, power within you. It's the point where the universe conspires to assist you, because your unwavering resolve signals a clarity of intent that cannot be ignored. Once you make that definite decision, you free up an enormous amount of mental energy that was previously consumed by internal debate and uncertainty. This liberated energy can then be directed entirely towards action, innovation, and problem solving. This decision also sends a powerful signal to your subconscious mind, reinforcing your definite major purpose and intensifying your belief. It tells your inner world, unequivocally, that this is happening, that there is no alternative. This is not a decision based on whim, but one born from the deep conviction forged by your desire, your belief, and your clear vision. It's the conscious choice to embody your purpose, to live as if your success is not just possible, but inevitable. And once that decision is made, truly made, the entire universe seems to reorient itself to assist you in its manifestation. Obstacles begin to recede, opportunities begin to appear, and serendipitous connections emerge. The true masters of achievement also understand the profound power of imagination. This isn't just about dreaming, it's about the deliberate, systematic use of your creative faculty to conceive new ideas, new solutions, and new pathways to achieve your definite major purpose. Imagination is the workshop of the mind, where raw inspiration is forged into practical plans, where the impossible is rendered possible, and where the future is actively constructed. There are two primary forms of imagination: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Synthetic imagination is the ability to arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. Think of a chef combining existing ingredients in a novel way to create a new dish. This is where most innovation occurs, taking what already exists and reconfiguring it for greater effectiveness or a different purpose. Creative imagination, on the other hand, is the faculty through which finite man communicates with the infinite intelligence. It's the source of sudden flashes of insight, inspiration, and breakthroughs that seem to come from nowhere. This is the realm of true genius, where entirely new ideas or solutions emerge, often in moments of intense focus or profound relaxation. Both are crucial. Synthetic imagination allows you to refine your plans, optimize your strategies, and find innovative solutions to everyday challenges. It's the engine of continuous improvement. Creative imagination, however, is where the truly revolutionary ideas are born, where you tap into a higher source of wisdom and inspiration. To cultivate imagination, you must actively exercise it. Spend time each day visualizing your success in vivid detail. Challenge yourself to brainstorm new approaches to problems. Engage in activities that stimulate your mind outside of your immediate work, whether it's reading widely, engaging in creative hobbies, or simply allowing yourself time for quiet contemplation. The more you use your imagination, the stronger it becomes, and the more powerfully it contributes to your journey. It's the architect of your future, designing the reality you intend to inhabit. This powerful faculty, when combined with organized effort, transforms mere thoughts into tangible reality. Organized effort through a practical plan of action is where the intangible forces of desire, belief, clarity, and persistence are translated into the concrete reality of daily execution. It's the meticulous structuring of your time, resources, and energy to ensure that every single day, you are moving demonstrably closer to your definite major purpose. Many people have grand aspirations, and even genuine desire, but they lack the discipline to translate that desire into consistent, deliberate action. They mistake activity for productivity, and busyness for progress. An organized effort means having a detailed, written plan for each day, week, and month, outlining specific tasks and deadlines. It means prioritizing ruthlessly, eliminating distractions, and focusing on the activities that yield the highest return on your effort. Consider the meticulous daily routines of highly successful individuals throughout history. Benjamin Franklin, known for his relentless pursuit of self-improvement and his vast contributions to science, politics, and literature, famously structured his day with precision. Allocating specific times for work, reflection, learning, and rest. His life was a testament to the power of organized effort, turning limited hours into monumental achievements. This isn't about stifling spontaneity, it's about creating a framework that liberates your energy and ensures consistent progress. It's about building momentum through small, consistent wins. Every completed task, no matter how small, reinforces your belief, strengthens your discipline, and brings you closer to your ultimate goal. This process builds self-trust and confidence, proving to yourself, daily, that you are capable of executing on your intentions. The practical plan of action also involves a system for tracking your progress. How will you measure your results? What metrics will you use to determine if you are on track? This objective feedback is crucial for making adjustments, celebrating milestones, and identifying areas that require more attention. Without a system for tracking, you're flying blind, relying on guesswork rather than data-driven decisions. This step transforms your desire from a wish into a project, complete with deadlines, deliverables, and performance indicators. Now, let's confront a vital, often misunderstood aspect: the power of the subconscious mind and autosuggestion. This isn't some esoteric concept, it's a fundamental psychological principle that, when understood and applied, can literally reshape your reality. Your subconscious mind is the immense engine beneath the surface of your conscious awareness. It is the seat of your habits, your beliefs, your emotional responses, and the conduit through which your thoughts are translated into action and ultimately, into material reality. Unlike your conscious mind, which analyzes, reasons, and filters information, your subconscious mind is a non-judgmental receiver. It accepts as truth whatever thoughts and beliefs are consistently impressed upon it, regardless of whether those thoughts are positive or negative, empowering or limiting. If you constantly dwell on fears, limitations, and past failures, your subconscious will diligently work to manifest circumstances that reinforce those patterns. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy mechanism. Conversely, if you consistently, with emotion and conviction, impress upon your subconscious mind the vivid images and feelings of your definite major purpose, of your success, of your desired reality, it will begin to align all your internal resources and external circumstances to bring those desires into fruition. This is the essence of autosuggestion. It's the art and science of consciously feeding your subconscious mind with positive, empowering instructions. This is not simply repeating empty affirmations. It's about combining words with intense emotion and vivid mental imagery. When you state your definite major purpose, for example, I am now earning X amount of money by delivering to, you must simultaneously feel the emotion of having already achieved it. See the details, hear the sounds, experience the sensations. The more emotionally charged and vividly imagined your mental pictures, the more powerfully your subconscious mind responds. This practice, performed daily, especially upon waking and just before sleep when the subconscious mind is most receptive, literally reprograms your inner operating system. It dismantles old limiting beliefs and replaces them with empowering new ones. It builds an unshakable inner confidence that reverberates outward, influencing your actions, your interactions, and the opportunities that come your way. This is not magic, it's the systematic application of a profound psychological truth. Your subconscious mind is a powerful servant, but it requires clear, consistent, and emotionally charged instructions from its master, your conscious will fueled by desire. To unlock truly extraordinary achievement, you must also acquire and apply specialized knowledge. In today's rapidly evolving world, generalized knowledge, while valuable, rarely leads to extraordinary outcomes. It is the acquisition of specialized knowledge directly relevant to your definite major purpose, and your ability to effectively apply it, that truly sets you apart. This isn't about accumulating facts for their own sake. It's about strategic learning. Identify the specific knowledge gaps that exist between where you are now and where you need to be to achieve your goal. What skills are essential? What information is critical? What expertise do you need to develop or acquire? Think of the pioneers of any field: Steve Jobs in computing, Marie Curie in radioactivity, Elon Musk in electric vehicles and space exploration. They didn't just have a general understanding, they possessed deep, specialized knowledge within their respective domains. They spent countless hours studying, experimenting, and mastering the intricacies of their chosen fields. They became authorities, not just because of their innate intelligence, but because of their relentless pursuit and assimilation of highly specific information. This specialized knowledge can be acquired through formal education, self-study, mentorship, practical experience, or by collaborating with experts in your mastermind alliance. The key is to be an active, not passive, learner. Don't just consume information, analyze it, synthesize it, and most importantly, apply it. The value of knowledge lies not in its possession, but in its strategic implementation. Furthermore, this specialized knowledge must be continuously updated. The world doesn't stand still. What was cutting edge yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow. A commitment to lifelong learning within your specialized area ensures that you remain relevant, innovative, and at the forefront of your field. This constant expansion of your knowledge base fuels your imagination, refines your plan of action, and strengthens your belief in your capacity to achieve. It transforms you from a generalist into an authority, from an amateur into a master. Now, let's explore a profound, often misunderstood energy: sexual transmutation. This is not about the crude or literal interpretation, but about understanding a fundamental truth of human energy. The creative, vital energy that manifests as the sexual urge is, in its purest form, one of the most powerful motivating forces known to humanity. When this energy is channeled, or transmuted, from its purely physical expression into other forms of creative endeavor, it becomes a catalyst for extraordinary achievement. Napoleon Hill observed that many individuals who achieve great success possess a highly developed capacity for feeling and expression, and that their achievements are often directly linked to their ability to redirect this powerful life force into their work, their vision, and their definite major purpose. This is not about suppression, but about redirection. It's about harnessing a potent, innate drive and consciously channeling it towards productive, purposeful ends. Think of the intense passion, the creative fire, the relentless drive that characterize individuals who are deeply engrossed in their work, who are truly in love with what they do. This is often the energy of sexual transmutation at play. It manifests as heightened enthusiasm, increased endurance, sharper focus, and an almost magnetic charisma that draws others to their vision. It's the profound desire to create, to build, to leave a lasting impact, fueled by the deepest wellspring of human energy. This transmutation expresses itself as passion, an intense, unwavering enthusiasm for your work. When you are truly passionate about your definite major purpose, work ceases to be a chore and becomes an exhilarating quest. This passion is infectious, it inspires others, attracts resources, and makes you virtually unstoppable. It provides an inexhaustible reservoir of energy, allowing you to persist through challenges that would overwhelm those driven by lesser forces. To cultivate this, understand that your creative energy is finite, but its expression is infinite. Consciously choose to channel that powerful, emotional energy into your work, your studies, your strategic planning, and your mastermind alliance. Let the intensity of your inner fire ignite your external actions. This is not about denying a part of yourself, but about elevating and expanding its expression, transforming raw energy into refined achievement. And finally, the omnipresent force that amplifies all others, a positive mental attitude. This isn't just a feel-good platitude, it's a fundamental operating principle of success. Your attitude, your prevailing mental state, acts as a powerful amplifier or dampener for all the other elements. A positive mental attitude is the belief that you can, and will, achieve your definite major purpose, regardless of current circumstances or external challenges. It's the unwavering conviction that every setback contains the seed of an equivalent or greater opportunity. It's the resilience to find lessons in failure, and the optimism to see possibilities where others see only problems. Conversely, a negative mental attitude, characterized by doubt, fear, self-pity, and cynicism, acts like a corrosive acid, eating away at your desire, paralyzing your action, and ultimately sabotaging your efforts. It creates a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure, as your internal state attracts external circumstances that confirm your negative beliefs. Developing a positive mental attitude is an active, conscious process. It involves guarding your mind against negative influences, whether they come from external sources like cynical news or pessimistic individuals, or from internal sources like self-criticism and limiting beliefs. It requires deliberately choosing optimism over pessimism, gratitude over complaint, and possibility over impossibility. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about interpreting reality through an empowering lens. It's about focusing on solutions rather than problems, on progress rather than perfection, and on the inherent good in every situation. This internal shift transforms your energy, making you more resourceful, more resilient, and more attractive to opportunities and supportive individuals. Your attitude is a magnet, drawing to you reflections of your own prevailing thoughts and feelings. It's about cultivating gratitude, not as a passive feeling, but as an active force that shifts your perspective. When you actively choose to be grateful for what you have, for the challenges that strengthen you, for the opportunities that emerge, you align your mind with abundance. Gratitude opens the door to receiving more, by focusing on what is working, on the blessings already present. It counters the scarcity mindset, which is a hallmark of average thinking, and replaces it with the recognition of endless possibility. This cultivated gratitude becomes a powerful feedback loop. The more you appreciate, the more you attract. The more you focus on what's going right, the more you manifest circumstances that reinforce that positive flow. It's not about being blind to problems, but about approaching them from a state of inner resourcefulness and appreciation, rather than from a place of lack or complaint. The average individual often waits for external circumstances to make them feel grateful. The extraordinary individual chooses gratitude first, knowing it's a prerequisite for attracting the very circumstances they desire. This is a subtle yet profound shift in power dynamics, from being a victim of circumstance to being a creator of circumstance, through the lens of your own internal state. So, where does this leave you, standing at the precipice of your potential? We've stripped away the illusions, pulled back the curtain on the fundamental laws that govern achievement. We've dissected the components of extraordinary success, the white-hot intensity of a definite major purpose fueled by an undeniable desire. The unwavering conviction of belief, cultivated through relentless auto-suggestion. The meticulous architecture of an organized plan of action, bringing vision to tangible reality. The unyielding force of persistence, coupled with intelligent adaptability and resilience in the face of every challenge. The exponential power of the mastermind alliance, surrounding yourself with synergistic brilliance. The courage of definite decision, burning the bridges of retreat. The boundless creativity of imagination, conceiving new pathways to the impossible. The strategic acquisition and application of specialized knowledge, making you an authority in your chosen field. The disciplined redirection of vital energy through sexual transmutation, transforming raw drive into creative genius. And finally, the all-encompassing amplifier of a positive mental attitude and gratitude, attracting and sustaining your momentum. These are not separate concepts to be picked and chosen at whim. They are the intricate gears of a single, magnificent engine. When synchronized, when fueled by your intense, unwavering desire, they create a momentum so powerful it can bend reality to your will. This is the blueprint for extraordinary achievement, a timeless philosophy reimagined for the digital age, yet rooted in the fundamental truths of human nature. The reason you're still average is not a lack of talent, not a lack of opportunity, and certainly not a lack of potential. It's a lack of unwavering commitment to these principles. It's a surrender to the seductive comfort of the familiar, a quiet acceptance of the mediocre, a failure to ignite the furnace of your own deepest desire. You have been operating with a partial understanding, applying only fragments of this profound equation, and wondering why your results have been partial. But that ends now. This moment is your Rubicon. This very breath is the threshold. The choice is no longer about whether you can achieve greatness, but whether you will. Will you continue to drift, or will you take decisive command of your destiny? Will you remain a spectator in the arena of life, or will you step into the center, embrace the struggle, and forge your own extraordinary path? The world waits not for your wishes, but for your demands. It doesn't yield to casual hopes, but to the unyielding force of a definite major purpose acted upon with unwavering conviction. The fortune you seek is not hidden in some distant land, it resides within you, waiting to be unleashed by the systematic application of these laws. The path to breaking out forever, to transcending the average, begins with a single, unshakable resolution. To apply every single one of these principles, not just as intellectual curiosities, but as the living, breathing architecture of your daily existence. It means waking up with an unyielding purpose, fueling your mind with unwavering belief, meticulously planning every step, and persisting through every storm with an indomitable spirit. It means recognizing that every challenge is an opportunity disguised, every setback a lesson presented. It means embracing the discomfort of growth, the solitude of vision, and the relentless discipline of consistent action. It means curating your inner circle, aligning with minds that elevate and empower, and building a collective force that multiplies your individual strength. This transformation won't happen overnight. It will demand everything you have. It will test your resolve, challenge your assumptions, and push you beyond every limit you ever conceived. But the rewards are immeasurable, not just financial wealth, but true freedom, profound fulfillment, a life lived on your own terms, leaving a legacy that resonates far beyond your years. This isn't about becoming someone else, it's about becoming the person you were always meant to be, stripped of the layers of societal conditioning and self-imposed limitations. It's about tapping into that divine spark, that infinite intelligence, that lies dormant within every human being, waiting to be activated by a mind that dares to dream. A heart that yearns with unyielding desire, and a will that refuses to be denied. The journey from average to extraordinary is not a secret, it's a discipline. It's a commitment. It's a choice you make, every single day, with every thought, every action, every refusal to surrender. So, ignite the fire. Define your purpose. Cultivate your belief. Plan your attack. Persist relentlessly. Build your alliance. Make your decision. Unleash your imagination. Master your subconscious. Acquire your knowledge. Channel your power. And embrace the positive. This is the equation. This is the way out. This is the path to forever breaking free from the shackles of average. Your extraordinary life is waiting. It always has been. The question is no longer why not me, but why not now? Go. This is just the beginning. The spark has been lit. But the fire is far from done. If this hit you deep, if you feel something shifting, then you're ready for the next step. Don't stop now. Go to part 2 and keep rising. Subscribe if this spoke to your soul. Share this with someone who needs to wake up. And drop a comment what hit you hardest. This isn't just a video. It's a movement. And you're part of it now.